Okay, all right, ready? Okay, my name is Raven Henson and I live in Rockwall, Texas. I am married to my amazing husband, Cole Henson, and we have 2 children. I have a son, his name is Javen, he's 14, a daughter named Faith, she's 10, and we've got one on the way that's due in December. So that's me. It was a tough transition moving from California, starting high school there, and then going to Alaska in the middle of the year. Who I thought I wanted to be at that point didn't really fit in with everyone else, and so wearing Chuck Taylors to Doc Martens is a little different. I've always been okay with being me, though. I wasn't ever wanting to make the most friends or trying to be the most popular, or that never really concerned me too much. Your body, informed me that it had been 2 months, and so there's something wasn't right. And I didn't want to believe that could be true, that you could have sex one time and get pregnant. And at that point, I had shared with a classmate of mine that my concern, and she told me about the Crisis Pregnancy Center, and she told me that they gave free pregnancy tests. We went to the CPC exactly a week before my 16th birthday. I was terrified. I wasn't sure how much I wanted to share, and I knew I needed a pregnancy test, but I didn't really know if I wanted to talk to this lady about why or how or what was going on. But she just reassured me, gave me the whole layout of the process. And she told me that I was going to have a baby, and I think I needed to hear that this was a baby that I was carrying. This is a life that I was carrying, and not just, okay, you're pregnant. No, you're going to have a baby. And then she shared with me the gospel, and she shared with me that there was a God in heaven that loved me and my baby, and that was something that I had never heard before, this concept of an all-knowing creator God that cared about me in that moment, in that room, in that tiny room, that he cared about my plight. And I just was overwhelmed at the reality that a God in heaven could care about me, and that he would send his son and give his life for me. And now I was endowed with a life within me at the same time that deserved a life. It was the first time that I had ever heard the gospel, and it saved my life, and it saved my son's life. Here I was, I'd just been told this amazing truth, and then my greatest influences were telling me that this was something that I needed to get rid of. And so I really had to weigh the scales of what I was going to do. I knew that woman at the CPC told me the truth. I knew it. Everything in me told me that this was a baby in a life that was worth keeping. So that compelled me to pray for the first time. And I didn't know how to pray. And I just said out loud, if you are who they say you are, you will help me, because I want this baby. And this peace just flowed through me, and this calm oversettled me. He heard me, and he did help me, and my son is alive today because of the word of the testimony of that woman, and the power of the gospel, and his Holy Spirit filling me with his peace in that moment. It made me realize that I could finish high school with a diploma, not a GED, that I could have a career goals, and I could move on and go to college, and that having a baby wasn't the end of the road. That's what our God does. He redeems us. He redeems situations that seem so hopeless. And he, through his word, tells us, oh, there is. And if we choose him, he will give us a future and a hope. He gave me a new life in him, and the greatest gift I could ever have. And then subsequently a life for my son. And that's amazing. That's what the gospel does. And CPC centers, that's what they do.